And if I missed you guys, Zach, welcome. Everyone drop some welcomes in the chat for some of our new family. You guys, I am so happy that you guys decided and grateful that you decided to join our family right now. Now is such a pivotal time when it comes to crypto and it comes to investing and trading, because we know that the markets are not going to be in the same spot right now. So everyone just drop a few welcomes in the chat for everybody that just joined our team this week. Amazing, amazing. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Serena Crisostomo. I am one of the leaders here with our family, along with Abby, who's going to be hosting this call with me. We'll bring her up in just a second. But I just want to introduce myself. I am from San Antonio, Texas. I've been trading and investing for about 2 years now. And one thing I noticed since coming to this family is we just do things just a little bit different. We don't do things at a mediocre level. We had these Sunday night calls to help us all grow. So thank you for the people that actually made it to this call, for being here and committing to your trading, your investing, and just where you really want to go in life. So let me just pull up the schedule, because I do know we have a lot of new family on. Let me drop us a few ones in the chat when you guys can see my screen. 1 second. Abby, can you knock me host really quick so I can share?
It is not letting me on his settings make you host, but I
all good
on screen. Let's see.
Cool. We're doing a new thing, family, with the webinar, so just bear with us for just a second. I promise we got this. We're pulling up the team schedule for you guys. So as you guys know, this is a Sunday night call. So the Sunday night call is just for our team to get together, plan out the week. Okay. So every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the Sunday night chart talk. We talk about our trading plan, what we're going to be looking at as far as getting into trades for that week, how our portfolio is looking, just really coming together to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay. And then on Mondays, we have our trading call. So that call is open to guests. You guys are able to invite guests to learn how to trade and invest as well. Tomorrow, we have an incredible call with Evan Cabral. If you guys don't know or haven't seen the new Aura scanner yet for trading gold, that scanner has done incredibly well, over 85% success rate using that scanner. And we're going to have Evan Cabral, the creator of that scanner, hosting that call tomorrow, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We also have our Wednesday night call coming up this week. I believe we do have, if it's not Mike, we have another chairman leader hosting that call again at 9 p.m. Eastern. And this is for team only on Wednesday. And one thing I do want to just address about, especially the Wednesday night call, it is a leadership call. It is a call as far as building the business. But one thing I want us to understand, family, is you can't really pick and choose when you want to have the mindset of a trader. We don't just talk about building the business on those calls. We talk about, your mindset and different things that come along with trading, the psychology behind it. So you can see the people that are on all of these calls, including the leadership calls, are going to be the ones that are seeing the results. It's just going to directly reflect in your trading if you're not in the mindset of a trader, because we know the emotions affect how we see the market and all those things. So I really want us to start building up that leadership call, because it's not just about building the business. It's about getting your head right for these markets. And especially when we come into this bull run, which we can kind of get a little bit of a taste of it already, emotions are getting involved. People are getting excited, and that can honestly make us, make some bad decisions as well. So Wednesday, we have our leadership call at 9 p.m. Eastern too. I hope to see you guys all on that. And moving forward, going into, the next few weeks, end of 2023 and into 2024, I really want us to start building a culture of unity within our team. If you see people on our team that aren't on these calls, let's definitely, shoot them a text like, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Let's commit, let's hold each other accountable to make it to the Monday night call, the Wednesday night call. So you can build that camaraderie, that accountability within our team, so that we're all rising up together. That's really why we're here, family, right? We're all here to help each other grow, to execute our why we're trading, why we're investing. And the reason why we're in this community is because we're not doing it alone, really, right? So let's utilize the chats, let's utilize these calls to help each other. So a few things that I've been going through this week, as far as the go live schedule, I'm really excited about is the portfolio. I'm sure some of you guys can see in the chats, our portfolio hit TP1, our portfolio hit TP2, as far as certain trades are going. And it's really exciting, but the only reason why those things are really happening is if you're paying attention. So tapping into the go live schedule, I'm personally on Mike and Kurt's channel, every day. So they do, Mike has his schedule every day, Kurt has his schedule every day, and they're dropping nuggets, every single day about what's going on in the market, what's going on in the news, because things are happening. It's changing day by day. The narrative is always changing. And thankfully we are connected to Mike. So we get information a lot of times before even Go Live gets it. So let's not let that slip past us, and let's really, take advantage of that. But the only way you're going to be able to really take advantage of building your portfolio and building your trading skills is hopping on Go Live. So if you're on Go Live this week, I would love to see what channel you're on, send a little picture of, hey, I'm on Charlie's channel today at 11 a.m. looking at the markets with him live. I'm on futures. Drop a picture in there. Let's get excited, because it is a very, very exciting time. And one thing that I also kind of came across that I don't feel like we've talked about up until now recently across the board with educators is, when we are seeing our portfolios growing, we got to take profits, family. So many times people just, they come in, we get incredible DCA entry levels, but we also got to consider DCAing out of these. Right? We have a take profit one for our portfolio for a reason. You can take some profits there. You can hold some, but then there's your take profit too. You can DCA a little bit more out of there, So I've been noticing a lot. They've been talking more about DCAing out of the projects, not just in them. So now would be an incredible time to just hop on those, hop in with Nick Gomez. He's been talking about that in a session this morning, and it was just an incredible lesson. So yeah, I wish I could share my screen with you guys, but I can't. I'll go ahead and drop in the chat some of the Go Lives that I felt like this this week is really like just giving me some big mind blown. But yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to Abby. Abby is somebody like on this team that I personally looked up to in obviously the trading space. Like, she's crushing it on the charts, always dropping what she's seeing, what her take profits have been in. But not only that, but just the way she leads. Her mindset. She comes in so calm, cool, collected, but with complete authenticity and truth when she's speaking. So if you guys don't have a notebook out, get a notebook out. She's about to drop some incredible gems. And so I'm passing it back to you, Abby. Let's crush it.
Let's go. Let's go, girl. I appreciate you. And I want you guys to give it back to Serena real quick, because as you guys can see, Mike is not on the call. He had something last minute come up, and I texted her, a little bit before the call, and I was like, hey, sis, can you help me run tonight? And she was like, there, let's go, prepared and ready for opportunity when it comes. And so, girl, I just want to give it back to you. I've been watching you for the last, year or so. Got to meet you out here, I believe it was in Arizona, together, and you've just been so amazing to work together side by side and seeing you grow and just be consistent. So if I can say anything tonight, guys, be like Serena in the way that she shows up and her approach to just this opportunity, and just be consistent like you are, girl. I appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna get in tonight. I don't know why it wasn't allowing me to make you co-host, but it's okay. I actually do have the weekly schedule, and it took me forever to find it, but let me just share it with you guys real quick. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can see it. Somebody wants to take a screenshot or already has this, post it in the team chat with everybody so you guys can take a screenshot, save this in your notes, save this in your phone. But like she was saying, we got the Sunday night, Monday night, and then the Wednesday night calls. And these are super important, as Serena mentioned, to just stay around the campfire. When you are away from the fire, you get cold, and we don't want that. We want to stay hot. We want to stay around what we've got here. So yes, we are going to dive in. I see a lot of amazing people on tonight's call, and just to kind of piggyback off of what Serena was saying, there is a lot going on, not just in the markets. Hopefully, I checked my portfolio for the first time in a long time, and I was happy and pleased to see where my account and my investments are at this moment. And I just know, like, this is not even the bull market. Like, we are not even like where things could be. And yeah, this is just a testament to continue to plug in and get in the right sessions, the go lives, the community, and all that stuff. So I want to just share with you, Mike suggested a couple things that I go over with you guys tonight. And I think this will really help you prepare going into this week. And every call that we do, we want to educate and equip you with the right perspective and preparation, and especially for this call going into this new week. So as Serena mentioned, have an open mind, get ready to take some notes, because I want to share with you a few things over the next 15 minutes, get out of here, in a half hour, and have your Sunday evening. But I want you guys to leave this call with something that you can go out and apply. And my hope for you is that you leave this call being able to follow your plan, whether that's in your trading, in your investment, in your life, in your daily routine, in your business that you're building. You have a plan to follow, and you start to really believe that this is real for you. And I truly believe the reason why people stay is because they're supported and they believe that they're a part of something bigger than themselves that they can contribute to. There's value here, and they believe that this is real for them. And the same thing, I believe the reason why people leave is because they don't feel supported, because they don't feel like they're a part of something where they can, that's bigger than themselves, that they can contribute, where there's value that they can, be a part of. And I believe it's because also they stopped believing that this was real for them. And so my hope tonight is to make this so real for you that you leave here on fire, but you carry that fire, with your mindset throughout this week. And so I actually want to share with you a couple things. Drop in the chat, y'all. What are you guys tuning into right now in the platform? Who are we watching on Go Live? What strategy? I know a couple people were talking to me earlier today about Evan Cabral and Mike Sotero and Cobain, but who are you guys watching on Go Live right now? Because I'm going to share with you a couple positions that I took this past week, and I'm going to give you a story that I think is going to shift the way that you look at your journey here. I see Cobain, Dustin, Danica says Kim Torres, an OG, let's go. Alex says Mike Cobain, Patrick Kenny, Jordan Morgan, amazing. Anne Marie's watching Evan Cabral. Leon Davies, let's go. Marin says Charlie, I love it. Eric says Cobain, I love it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. How many of you guys took the trade that Nick Gomez called out on Swipecoin on Thursday? Anybody take it? Anybody take it? It's okay if you didn't, but I did. And I'm going to show, literally just showing you, if you took this trade, he called it out on Thursday, you would have entered up here. So whenever you guys have to have your own strategy with how you do things and follow it consistently. Whenever I get trades sent on Swipecoin, with Nick Gomez, I have a cheat sheet. I always will take his top entry. So if it's a buy, I take the top entry up here. If it's a sell, I take the lowest entry. And that's just what rocks for me. You've got to figure out what works for you and do it consistently. So I took this trade on Thursday and I just let it ride. I didn't check my phone. I actually went to Sedona over the weekend with some family and I didn't look at my phone at all, checking my trades or anything like that. And Saturday I come back and I was like, oh my gosh, hit, take profit, let's go. And this was just such a nice move on Ethereum. So I'm showing you this because it doesn't really matter what strategy you use. The biggest thing is you've got to be consistent with it. Now, I'm going to show you guys, Mike Sotero called this out on Swipecoin earlier today. How many of you guys are using Swipecoin? It's okay if you're not, but I'm just showing you, if you haven't found a consistent strategy, maybe you want to check out Swipecoin. So that was the ETH trade. This is the Solana trade. I just got in this today. Look at this. We are up right now, baby. We are up. This is crazy. 2 for 2 this weekend. I didn't even do this analysis. I just drew this up today, but Mike did it for me. So I don't know if you guys need to hear this for validation or reassurance or whatever, but you don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to have all the information. That's why we're a part of this platform, because as you're learning, you guys, we come into this skill set, not at least for me, I didn't know anything about money or finances. I had such a poor relationship with myself and my habits. And a lot of us aren't financially literate. And so we kind of put this expectation on ourselves sometimes that we have to know how to trade ourselves to be successful. And that's just not the case. You can learn and use the strategies and the tools and the education to start learning and taking these trades as you're building this skill set for yourself. So I still take trades that the educators call out because they're free trades. They're confirmations already by vetted professionals in this space. And I can use it just based off of what I've already learned. So you can, if you already have a strategy, like Mike Navarrete, he's going to teach you a strategy that you can use. And maybe you're not actually using a tool, but when I get a Swipecoin trade called out, or how many of you guys use Blaze, the app? I started using Blaze, just looking at the trade setups, and I was marking up what they were calling out. I was like, oh my goodness, there is so much value here. It's literally ridiculous. Every time I have any disbelief or doubt or discouragement or a hardened heart, I get on Go Live. What the heck? There is so much value inside of this platform, like when the devil tries to tempt me with discouragement and defeat, I get plugged in. I know I've been too far away from the campfire if that is the self-talk that I'm having for myself. So I'm sharing this with you guys. I am up on this trade. We already took take profit from Ethereum. Like, this is crazy. And the last one I want to show you, I mean, I have this all documented. I mean, you guys all have it all documented in Swipecoin, but like, I have been how many of y'all have been buying Chainlink? This is nutty, man. I've been buying Chainlink for almost 2 years straight. And Swipecoin, our educators have been calling this out. And I mean, they have it all documented. So it's like, just go back and look at the history here. But everything has been documented, and I've been buying at this zone where they've been calling for the last almost 2 years, like an average of $4, $5, $6. So right now we're up 4x, 3x on our account. And like Serena said, I'm not taking profit on Chainlink personally, but if you have investments that you're looking to take partials on, which you should on certain investments that you have, I won't be taking profit on Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's just me. But maybe you have other investments. You do want to have that strategy for yourself. The Go Live educators will teach you that. I know Charlie talks about it. I know Mike and Cobain will go over it on their sessions as well. But I just wanted to share this with you to give you a visual that you got to give yourself time. You've got to be patient. I think Jay Bonham was the one that said it on one of his psychology sessions. He was like, the number one thing that you need in your trading, like that you need to develop for yourself, is patience. Okay, you need to give yourself time. So I wanted to share that with you. Oh, and if you guys don't know how to find this, let me pull my screen back up. I can drop this link in the chat, but this is the Swipecoin. So basically Swipecoin is an app. You guys know that. But it also has a website. So if you ever wanted to go to the website, there's a lot of different, things in here that you guys can check out. Here's the website right here. And these are all of the exchange ideas, okay, that they've called out. It'll load for me right now. All the exchange ideas. So portfolio-based investments, you guys can go here. And I was just looking at this just to see the documentation. I was like, they've been calling out Compound. I'm up on Compound. They've been calling out Chainlink. Like, drop one crypto that you guys are have been investing in. I've got my top 5, my top 7. What's one crypto that maybe the educators have called out or you've been watching? Okay, Alex says Solana, definitely up on Solana right now. If you've been plugging in for at least the last 12 months, 6 months, you should be up because the markets haven't really taken off in a while. Dustin says Solana, Polkadot, love it. Yeah, so these are portfolio ideas, and then it also has all the leverage ideas. So if you were to take them on MetaTrader 4, which is what I was just sharing with you with Ethereum and Solana, everything is all right here. And you're not going to win them all. And I'm actually going to touch on that right now with you guys. Drop a 2 if you guys are still with me. I really want to share something with you that I think is going to be so powerful going into this week. So some of you guys may have saw, I posted it in the chat, and I'm sharing this with you for perspective purposes. I am nobody special. I am just somebody that's been plugging in for a long time and have given myself the opportunity to learn and not judge myself for not being where I want to be, and giving myself grace and, showing up with curiosity to want to learn and want to be better. But I want to give you some perspective because I use this platform just like you guys. I am in Go Live on a day-to-day basis. I am studying, I am learning, I'm journaling, I am documenting, I am growing myself. Just as you guys are. And I take losses. All of us on this call, we have struggles that, nobody maybe knows about. Okay. But I want to share this with you because the first week of November, I came out of October with about an 8.5% net win for the month of October. So I was like, cool, I'm coming out of a win from the month of October, and even September, same thing. I was like, cool. And then, November started and immediately 2 losses back to back. And so, if you've ever taken a loss, which hopefully everybody on here, we've experienced what a loss feels like in trading. It doesn't feel good, right? Especially losses back to back. So I took 2 losses my first week, and I was like, all right, I'm going to sit out for a sec, have the weekend, go into the weekend. I'm sharing this with you because the second week, okay, I'd had 2 break evens, had 1 loss, and then I had 3 wins. So right now I'm actually sitting a little over 6% on my account. Technically now I have to go back and redo the math because I'm up 2 more wins since 1 more win since Friday, since Saturday I got the ETH win with Nick Gomez. So I'm sharing this with you because if I allowed my identity and this is what we do all the time. I'm quoting Mike Navarrete and some of my experience. If I allowed my identity and my self-esteem to be rooted and attached to the outcome of my losses that first week, I wouldn't have given myself the opportunity to succeed the second week. How often do we do that? Not just with our trading, but in our life. And I want you guys to write this down. I said this last week when we talked on our previous call, but Mike Navarrete says it best. He says, your previous trade has nothing to do with your next trade. And I'm so glad I kept that mindset. And I've been reaffirming that mentality because you are not defined by the outcomes of your trading. How many of y'all, let's be honest, put it in the chat, drop a 3 where we have defined our self-worth, our personal value, our entire self-esteem and our identity in the outcomes of our trading. We are not here to predict the market. You can stop doing that, okay? We are, and I'm quoting Jay Bonham here, Mike Navarrete, all these guys. I'm quoting the Go Live educators, y'all. I'm plugging in. I'm a student. I'm excited. I'm addicted to learning and getting better here. I don't judge myself based on the outcomes. I'm not the result, but I am the process built up to it, which is helping me grow and develop and obviously reap the rewards that I'm looking for. But we're not here to predict the market. I don't know when Ethereum's going to go back to 4,000 or 5,000. I don't know when it's going to drop to $700 or whatever. But what we can do is stack enough probabilities to consistently enter over time to be profitable. That's all we're doing. If you have the Foreign Exchange Academy, I would go and listen to Jay Bonham's 5 days boot camp. He has a psychology boot camp on the Forex side. It is so good. He talks about this. He talks about stacking probabilities because that's all we're doing in trading. And that's why you have a strategy, because it's giving you enough probabilities to get into the market that over time you're actually profitable. But if we keep jumping ship from one strategy to the next, shiny object over here, this isn't working after 5 trades, 10 trades, whatever. It's like, I can't get consistent long enough to actually see the fruits of my efforts. And then we get discouraged and our heart gets hard, then we get defeated and we feel bitter. That's not how this process is supposed to go. And a lot of us, we have these limiting beliefs and we come in here and we have a lot of unlearning to do. And we're not very financially literate when we get started because society doesn't program us that way. And it's okay. We all have our starting point. We have to accept where we are and work with what we've got. Because that's like, don't underestimate small beginnings. God doesn't. He put you there for a reason. We want to steward the little things well. And so Mike Navarrete, last thing I'll say, and then we'll kind of wrap up the call. Hopefully you guys are with me. I just wanted to share some stuff that I think will really resonate and just keep it real. Just keep it really real because I want you to know, like, you're going to have losses. You're going to go through things. I'm not trying to be the educator up here, but I am just trying to share with you from some experience. But Mike Navarrete says on his session, if you go to Mike Navarrete's channel, I'm kind of promoting the Foreign Exchange Academy. But if you have the Foreign Exchange Academy, Mike Navarrete is on there and he's one of my favorite educators on the platform. He does a psychology session every Sunday except today because he's traveling and I totally forgot about that. I shared with some of you guys to go watch him, but he actually does a psychology session every Sunday. And he has 2 sessions in here I think you guys should watch if you have it. It's called The Slot Machine Perspective. This is in his favorite sessions. It's called The Slot Machine Perspective. It is so good, like literally so good. And then he has another session. If you keep scrolling down a little bit, it's called The Losses Are Inevitable. What's it called? Yeah, The Inevitability of Losses. So losses are inevitable. And he challenges us with a couple of questions on there. And I wrote them down here so I don't forget. But he said, he wanted you to ask yourself, how do you perceive losses? You can even ask yourself for wins. How do you perceive wins? And this is not just for trading. This is for every area of your life. Your relationship with the things in your life determine, how you approach it. It determines the outcome of those things. So how do you perceive losses? How often do you victimize yourself and blame when you lose? And do you know your tolerance for pain? Do you know your tolerance for risk? Do you know your tolerance for loss? Some people out here trading and they don't even realize that they're setting themselves up to lose 4 times in a row and their risk tolerance is like only 2 times. No wonder you're, blowing your head out the water, because it's like, wait, you don't even have a good strategy set up for yourself because you're programming yourself to fail. So we need to become aware of these things to become successful. And these are all in his session here. But one thing that Mike Navarrete says is we are programmed. This is so important. He says we are programmed to be right and shamed if we are wrong from a very young age in school, in social settings too, peer pressure. And we will do anything to avoid losing. And that's why we oftentimes see, ourselves maybe distance, maybe not take trades for a period of time, or distance ourselves from trading if maybe we've taken some losses. We don't want to lose. But I'm here to tell you, and so are the educators in this platform, that you are going to lose. And it's okay. You just have to set yourself up with the right risk management. Like through this process, you should start to realize, and you only start to have these realizations as you're taking action. If you're not really taking action, you won't have realizations because you have nothing to realize. You haven't done anything. So as you start to take action, you start to take trades, you start to maybe document and review, you will have realizations about yourself. It's not necessarily the strategy. The strategies work. I just showed you. Okay. Plug in, you will see. Like get on Evan Cabral's session. I just got somebody started from Greece this past week, and he sent me a text message. His first week, he went 8 out of 10 on Evan Cabral's session. What? He's brand new. And of course he's going to experience losses, and I'm trying to set him up with the right expectations so his ego doesn't go all over the place with his wins. But like anybody can really do this if you plug in. You just have to grow over time and recognize what you're actually doing. So you'll start to have these realizations. I'm not managing my risk well. I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution. Maybe I'm not managing my risk well. Maybe I'm over trading. Maybe I'm over leveraging. Maybe I'm not following my plan. Maybe I'm jumping from one strategy to the next. Maybe I'm not consistent with my rules. Maybe I'm comparing myself with what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm not listening to the right voices. Maybe I'm listening to myself too much. Like you're going to start to have these realizations. And if you're not having these realizations, you should check to see what you're actually doing. And if you are maybe starting to realize things, but you're not correcting yourself, there's your problem. You're repeating the same mistakes because you're choosing not to adjust. You're choosing not to adapt. You're choosing not to confront the issue. What about stocks and crypto? I will get to that. Cobain does an amazing mindset session. Do you guys have any other examples in the chat for Dustin? I know Cobain does an amazing mindset session. Corinne has this like ask me anything session that she does throughout the week. I think she even does a mindset session today, if I'm not mistaken. I'll send some stuff maybe in the chat if you guys have some stuff as well. They all kind of touch on mindset as well. I just know some of the educators have a dedicated mindset session throughout the week. But yes, guys, that is what I wanted to share with you, to give you some perspective, to kind of give you some reality of this process, because that's what it is. If you're going to learn how to trade, if you're going to be here for the long run, you've got to be committed to the process. Like, I don't know any other way to say it. You've got to be committed to the process and know you're going to go through things. You're going to have losses. You're going to want to throw in the towel. You're going to feel defeated at times. You're going to feel discouraged. Your heart is maybe going to feel a little hardened over time. But that's the key, is as a great leader, and I believe everybody on this call, if you're here on a Sunday evening, wherever you're tuning in from, you want to lead in some way, shape, or form, whether it's the business here or your family or the people around you that you have influence over. You want to continue to soften your heart as you go through these things. Otherwise, it's just going to harden up and you're going to be like this all the time. So if it's okay, guys, if you have to go, I understand. I wanted to keep this call kind of shorter, but I wanted to share something, and we'll close this out to maybe help you guys start off the week. I wanted to share a word that I actually got this morning when I went to church. And I truly, truly, truly believe that this will set you up with the right heart set and mindset this week, if you are here and open and ready to receive. But I kind of said this earlier. I know that y'all may be going through things right now in your life that, things that maybe you don't even talk about, things only you know of, that you deal with in your own mind, in your heart constantly throughout the day, just these thoughts. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You maybe have been there before, or maybe you're there right now. And I want you to know this is not me talking. This is just the notes that I've gotten and, the word that I've been reading. But I want you to know that if you're going through a battle, it's not God necessarily who brought the battle, it's the enemy. And the only reason the enemy is maybe attacking you, or it feels like an attack on you, is because he's intimidated by you. He's trying to attack and block what God is wanting to do in your life, or what he's getting ready to do in your life. And so I'm sharing this message as a sense of encouragement, because I don't want you to feel bad for yourself. I don't want you to get discouraged long enough where you grow weary in your hardship. Galatians 6:9 says, do not grow weary for doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. This is an opportunity for the things that maybe you're going through, maybe the challenges that you're experiencing. This is an opportunity that God is using to strengthen your faith in him. And that's a great question to ask yourself, is where is your faith? Oftentimes, we don't necessarily need more faith. We just need to reevaluate where our faith has been this whole time. Is our faith in ourselves, or is it in Jesus? Proverbs 3:5, verse 5 and 6 says, do not lean on your own understanding. Lean on him. Did you know the greatest battle, they said this today earlier, did you know the greatest battlefield the enemy will ever attack is your thoughts? So important. When you look at yourself, this is so, so powerful. When you look at yourself, sometimes you may see your inadequacies, you may see your insecurities, your failures, your mistakes, okay? You don't like what you see, but I'm gonna tell you, the enemy sees the image of God looking back at him. And the enemy wants to kill and destroy that image. And this is why scripture says that God wants to transform you through the renewing of your mind. Romans 2:12. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. I want you guys to write this down. This is the last point. Your success is determined by your commitment to repeatedly do the little things well. Your success here and in life is determined by your commitment to repeatedly do the little things well. I love how Mike Navarrete puts it, because he says success is not the outcome. It's not waiting to arrive. You never arrive. The journey is the destination. Success is not the outcome. Success is the pursuit. So success is determined by your commitment to repeatedly do the little things well. You could kind of calculate, what are the little things? The little things are the little things that we overlook, that are subtle, and we underestimate. Small things compound over time. Your mindset is the soil. I remember this quote, your mindset is the soil. Your thoughts are the seeds. But if you don't have the proper soil, those thoughts will never take root in the soil of your mind. We're not just here in I Am Academy on these calls, on Go Live to just consume, just to learn new information. We're here to renew our minds. I came in financially illiterate, like not a healthy relationship when it comes to my finances. I was in $100,000 student loan debt. What are you talking about? Financial nightmare. We're here to renew our minds, to transform ourselves from the inside out. So these new thoughts, this new information, this repeated information that you're receiving, because this is all about repetition, these principles that we're learning can actually take root in our mind as we're cultivating the information and the things that we're doing here. So I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to give you a perspective, and I just want to give it back to Serena as well for coming on here and so boldly opening up this call and calling all of you guys here forward to step into, the opportunity that we have to grow and to transform and to really elevate ourselves and be that example. Like the only way to lead is to lead by example, and we have the opportunity here to do so. I want to challenge and encourage you this week to work on softening your heart, to show up and follow your plan, to stay curious about the outcomes and the circumstances and the situations of your life. Don't first look to blame and victimize yourself. Look to see what happened. Reevaluate, take an audit and an inventory of yourself and your life, and just get ready. I know God's got great things ahead for you. Stay committed to what he has in store, and get in your word, baby. All right, y'all, that is the call. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Serena, I appreciate you, girl, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Monday call. Peace.